Viking. Oh, really? So this is the part where I just blow up the entire Zone Breakers, expose you for the people that you are, which are the host to Zone Breakers Online number 5. Aha! So you weren't ready for that.
No, this man been working on his material.
Just inspired to.
I
keep
see what you
people
did
on
there.
edge at all points. Yeah.
I believe I spelled that right. Dope. All right.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, if you tuned in, welcome to welcome to another round of Zone Breakers Online number 4. And we got a long time bet Tech East side going up against Reich. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, but we gonna
I believe
gonna try.
I believe it's Reich. I could be wrong.
All right.
Well, either or. That's what, yeah.
we gonna roll with it. Yeah, take
Right.
Reich. That's how it is.
Right, either or. One of the new faces that we're going to be seeing today in Zone Breakers coming from the Texas squad. There's a couple of Texas boys in here.
Yeah, we got
Why are you tagging?
we got a Texas invasion going on today, man. So
Percival
Oh,
versus
let's see how this Texas player goes against Tecmo. Ooh, all right. Oh yeah, and just so you're aware, if you see on the screen, we're doing a round robin today. It'll be a first to 3.
Right. First to 3 all around with our 5 combatants. So, good number of matches. I usually have the math for that. I should have that memorized by now. Like, if you have X amount of players, how many matches you get in a round robin. But we'll see what all we fit in here.
So Reich is gonna be going with Grand. Check with his signature personal.
グラム、お前は戦いの中で成長していくから楽しみ。
Believe in victory.
On the new
Battle
stage, okay.
1. Engage.
That's right, man. Wrestling out here today. Gotta keep the crowd hot.
Every fighting game has to have a ring stage now. That's technical. Already finds himself back to the wall. Lost about 40 of his life in 5 years.
Oh, face the anti-air with his jump.
Hasn't really had much going since then. Reich's just bothering him in the corner. And the thing about Reich's offense so far is not very active. He's just sitting in the safety and constantly chipping away. Technical. He's pretty successful so far, pushing down and shooting to Bahrain. He has it, so Technical has the room to bring this back. He just needs to find the opening. He has that so far. Gets the command throw as well.
Yep, takes his charges, goes back to neutral.
He's got 5 charges, so he's fully loaded. Gets the in-here and the confirm. This could be it. Takes the lead from it though, and the position. That's really big. Steps in with a 5B, gets the clash. No good just yet. Expecting him to be on the ground, but a jumping right gives him a little bit of wiggle.
Calls out the fireball string in a big way.
I think the only way he really could have closed it up at that point is if he went with the light wind slash, but he wasn't thinking about that at all. Technical being able to hold on and hold the first round out. Get a little bit of a better start in the second round, although he still finds himself back to the wall. Gets a big super jump out.
Yep, it's a good side switch. Have right to the corner now. Slowly press him in, and now we're there.
Yeah, Technical 4 going on his offense right, showing that DP still works. Don't need it off your back, just need to thread the needle.
Alright, situation switch, take him back to where he was spent a lot of time in the first round. And like you said, right, he has kind of more controlled offense that he doesn't want to press into the opponent's face and try to take advantage, but rather he wants to just constantly close off the escape route.
A lot of long range tools, a lot of max range dudes looking for the plus range. There's a lot of 5 dudes as well. That's something that Grants have been doing ever since the last update. But now he's going to have to see what he can use to get himself out of the corner because he finds himself back to the wall again. Look for the DP, no good. Technical with the punish, gets it confirmed all the way down to the Sabah. Not going to be enough to take it. That's what I get for running my mouth. He's done.
Alright, check up, win game.
さすがは
I
我
wonder
が
how
家臣
comfortable he felt with that. Because, I mean,
Believe in victory.
he didn't win it cleanly. Like, it wasn't like he literally stole the first round back or anything, but he's having to sit down and weather through the storm of Reich's offense, which has been fairly successful. Not completely, obviously, because he didn't win, but he's been able to find his hits here and there.
I think that's kind of, you know, ends up being somewhat of the issue because, like, you know, Teklo, he's been taking his little hits there and there, but Teklo's hits didn't be pretty big like you just saw.
Yeah.
But yeah, right. While he's had a lot of success in offense, he hasn't had a lot of explosive offense.
Hadn't seen any big combos out of him, but on the other end of the spectrum, like you're saying, it's kind of panning out that one of the things that's kind of working against Reich isn't really the offense at all, because that's the second DP punish that he's given up to him. Now he's gonna be kind of worried to do it again. If he runs into a 5C and just gets cleaned up by EX Strike, Tekla with 3 straight rounds, trying to see if he can get the second game under his belt.
Yeah, right. That's shown not to be too patient on defense. You know, considering that their pressure is very a lot of conservative approach in that.
Okay. See Tekla staggering, looking to see if there's another errant UP coming out, none doing so they're frozen. Some more charges. He's up from right though.
That was one of his few opportunities to get a big pickup. I guess that was one of his better sequences there.
Yeah. Wasn't the prettiest thing, especially since he took Tekla out of the corner, but the damage is what he cares about at this point. Doesn't get the cancel that he wants. That look kind of sloppy. Tekla's going to clean that up a little bit. Still has a ways to go. Still working from behind. Steps in and takes the 5A.
Tekla dropped confirmed as well.
That's a big drop at the time that he needs. Gets the plus range with 3, no good for you. And that is going to do it for Tekla. He takes game 2.
Finish.
Yeah, like there's a lot of back and forth here and there where you got these characters poking and prodding, and it's just ultimately, and we were mentioning Reich's kind of conservative offense, but Reich did get some big opportunities that weren't capitalized on, and the war of attrition ended up falling out of their favor pretty much every time.
And you see Reich trying to be a little more foregoing in the third round, immediately running into neutral, jumping, trying to see if he can find anything, no go. But the thing, oh, wait a second. Big H punish from Reich, trip over to the corner, tick throw. This is looking pretty good. Went to the backside. I don't believe he wanted that. And he wasn't even ready for the situation. Tekla will catch his feet in the scramble first and get back to mid-screen. Down in life, but not too far. But now he's got to be careful because Reich just hit the Sabah. Not going to throw it just yet. And it should have been it. Leaves Tekla on a pixel. What?
Well, Reich had to leeway to gamble a little there for sure. And it worked out.
I don't know. That was Half-Life in a Percival with a Super Sabot. That could have been scary, but coulda, woulda, shoulda is a pretty interesting game.
Well, Texas starting out with a strong anti-air combo.
Still finds himself stuck on the wall. Uses the EX wave to get a little bit of space. Nothing really doing as Reich's ready for the anti-air. 5U to toss Tekla over to the corner. Gets a 2C and he gets a confirm from it. That's huge.
Yeah, really good call out on the super jump, on the jump in the corner.
Kind of damage you want to see out of Grand when somebody leaves their feet. And now Reich has all the reason to go back to what he was doing in the first round. Just sit on his lead, don't press in, and just whittle away on what little life that Tekla has left. The 5C, no good. And he just jumps out of the corner, whiffs the command throw, and this could be the end of him right there.
Yeah, good punish on the whiff puts Reich in a really good position.
You see this man is up back, he doesn't want to get snagged, but Tekla finds one, doesn't get the confirm. 2 A's into the 2U, empty jump looking for a DP, nothing there. Chipping away with the 5Cs, and Reich will take that to get out of there, especially since there wasn't a counter hit. Leaves him in a pretty good spot. Big boot, and that gives Reich his first game. He's still down 1-2, but keeping hope alive in this race to 3.
As Reich confirms come together, stronger consistency in anti-airs, we're starting to see things shift toward their favor.
What this game 4 looking like. And now Tekla, not looking ready for everything. Straight DP goes flying off, not so much as a slap on it.
Yeah, I'm curious if Tekla is like really looking for that boot because Reich is consistently presented it there. and other options might just like putting a lag on his response to other things.
And bro, did you see the 2U from downtown to get this sequence started? Overhead, first time he's gone to it, but Tector was ready, jumped out of the corner as well. Like returns the favor, and he takes the C, I believe, getting out, and a throw. It could be a lot worse, but still got out. Something like a 5C is not good. Counter hit 5C.
Using that command dash to take right by surprise. And Tector has not been using that command dash in that way. In the neutral, it's like surprise, I'm in your face, and I think Reich wasn't ready for it.
Wasn't ready from the jump either. Getting kind of close to the end for Reich, stepping up to take the second throw from the first rejected one. Looking for a jump in, nothing doing. DP trying to see if he can catch any stray limbs, but nothing is there but a punish. And Tector sitting on match point.
Yeah, I've noticed that's one of Reich's more prevalent patterns. Oh man, great confirm from Tector. Gets the charges, hits the corner, gets the world.
Wasn't ready for the roll though, but I mean, it just shows a little bit of desperation in Reich's game plan right now. Got caught up backing. Things are starting to look really good for Tector, especially since he stuffed the anti-air attempt. Pretty close to being able to just take it in one fell swoop, but there's the DP finally coming to save the day. And the boot, need to calm yourself down. Reich with a little bit of life, gets a 2C, doesn't get the 5C. But still rolling through. We're ready for the wake of super.
Yeah, I saw the throw come out, but it recovered just in time.
Okay. Still looking kind of good. Blocks the low, gets the 2U, and he's ready for the jump.
That's one thing Reich has shown consistently is that they're gonna wait for the the corner scrambling, and they're not gonna commit too deep to what's going on. As opposed to Tector, who uses the corner to like kind of press the issue.
That's right. And Reich trying to see where Tector's head at with a little delay in the 5U, holding it for a little more damage if something were to come out. Gets the stagger into the 2A, safe jump. Tector not falling for it, but still trying to see if he can fight out of the corner. And a 5C is a good start. Jump not so much, but it could have been worse. Punish, but he doesn't get the distance that he wanted. He was looking for the close 5C so he can just wail away on him, but it was far out of range for it. Still in control, stepping up, not close enough to get the throw, and Tector breaks out.
Yeah, forces the action back to mid-screen. We got a throw. Gradually pressing Reich to the corner.
Oh, just a big jump, but couldn't get anything in there in time. Right from the top rope with the JU and gets the second game. 2-2 as we go into the final bout. Let's go.
All right. Things didn't start off too. Well, I won't even say that because things have been fairly even despite the score.
Right.
And so both these guys paying enough attention to each other, and that they're kind of getting what they want.
Jeez, bro, counter hit 5C. Yeah, that hurt.
It did.
Right, not too deterred. Still throwing the DPs out there. These lucky Tector's not ready for him.
And again, safe jumped into the corner. Probably not the intention, but we back to where we wanted to be.
Tector getting caught trying to take a little offensive approach for his reset, getting clocked a couple of times, finding himself in Super Saban range, and he's going to be able to use it right here. 5C straight into the Super Skybound. This is going to be close.
Yeah, he got the animation.
Saw the entire budget go into that Super and put Tector on match point again. Now, the last time he was here, he wasn't able to close it out. Second chance is better than none, you know?
For sure. All right, Tector sweeping that screen with fire. Trying to keep Reich contained. And you see him very vigilant of that boot. Like, very vigilant. But that wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's the second time Reich has looked forward in this game and the second time he's found success, but he's not able to keep Tector contained. Gets shoved back to mid-screen, and yeah, that one was way too close. Tector's ready for it with a punish. Finally getting some positive real estate.
So he finally got what he wanted, which is he pressed in, because it seemed like Reich is not particularly looking for the distance for the boot, just to look to see if the opponent's overactive in that space.
Right. Trying to roll in, Clash Wars, but it was looking kind of good for Reich for a second, but DP reigns supreme. Yeah, he was ready for it, but a fadeaway, JB, not the answer that he needs to close out the round just yet. Tector's just going to retreat. Got caught with the plus range of the boot. No real harm done just yet. Yeah, that's what he's threatening for, another big jump, and he's been pretty successful with that the entire round. EX wave, not enough to take Reich out just yet, but the strike straight to the stomach is enough to drive the last round in the books for Tech.
Yo, Tector took one out of his playbook. Yo, I got a fast horizontal move too, buddy.
I know, right? Put a boot on the end of his sword. A tight battle, though. 3-2. 3-2 in our first game here at ZoneBreakers Online number 4. That was a good one. Probably one of the better ones. I won't say probably. It was one of the better ones that we've had in the entire online series.
Yeah. It was definitely a set. Good set. All right.
I just realized I was muted when I said that. We're gonna have Kitsune casted Mother next up on deck here, so get that started, reset the score, and oh, it's Raichu. Oh, it's Raichu without the U. That's how you pronounce his name. So Raich.
Well, I guess Raich. Okay, fine.
Raich. Okay, it's not right.
Well,
My bad. All right, here comes Mother. All right.
all right. All right, so now we got another vet, Kitsune Cast versus I think one of the newer faces, Mother.
Oh my
A
lord.
Lwane mirror,
A
something
Lwane
that
mirror.
you probably don't see very often in your online tourney journey.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you see often. Gonna be interesting for sure.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Here we go. Mother on the left side with the silver armor, Lwane, Kitsune Cast getting cleaned up with the green and brown armor.
All right, Cast throwing the whiff throw. And we it's already kind of kooky trying to keep up with the action. You know, both characters are gonna have obviously gonna have the same way of trying to establish space, and so it's gonna be a weird fight of screen control. I feel where
It's established space. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's the correct way to put it, but it's just who puts the most crap on the screen. It's just what the character does. And the thing that's working out for Kitsune Cast is not only were they able to put more stuff, get more control, but didn't have to play the mini game of dealing with the human tower or Idris. So,
all right, Cast with the cross under Nyx, but Mother has that parry rate waiting.
something that both of them are going to have to be pretty mindful of with the combination of the auto combos and looking for the reckless slashes leaves them in the air, so they're not going to be able to dodge away from the counters from each other.
Cast coming in with the EX slashes.
The Mother's ready with the squad though over the top and gets the universal overhead in a counter hit, but didn't have to confirm from it.
Yeah, they definitely weren't ready, but the Cast is ready with that whiff punish on the parry.
A little slow, but still caught the up back. That was a good start. Mother fighting back out of the corner, getting the cat bot. I had to think of what it was. I was about to call it the cast bot. many K sounds going around, just like the cook going on, getting a little bit of food, spaced as well, and staggering away at the ankles, getting the second round. Leaves us one apiece as we go in round 3.
My favorite part of this is that, you know, you can kind of see that they know the exact places where the pressure ends and where it's not real. And
Right.
you're seeing, like, you know, they're covering the space, and it looks like the thread the needle, but you can tell they know just where they want to put their buttons. So they've probably been getting hit out of them a million times already.
I feel like there's some unwritten rule that we're just not using any supers here because none of them has come out so far. Late tech from Mother, holding on, gets the punish.
Right. Mother calling out the cat bot, calling out one of the boys. And yeah, like the other thing, you know, the kind of other side to just, you know, can I put out much crap? How well are you, you know, at navigating around the crap yourself?
Yeah.
All right, Mother puts one on the board. Oh no, that's Cass. That's right. Oh, that's Mother. That's Mother.
That is his Mother, yeah. Again, Mother over there. Mother over there with the silver armor, Cass with the brown.
Yeah, I was looking at the green and it messed me up. But Mother getting the throw, no corner pressure. Cass jumps away.
With the way things are going, I kind of wonder how much value you have in the corner. I guess when you leave somebody just out of the corner, so you can get crossups like that, that has a lot of use.
All right, Cass responding with the parry of their own. This is a really odd back and forth where, you know, they burn their resources to take their turn, and then the next person does the same. Oh, that was a very interesting anti-air.
Steps up and takes the throw as well. In pretty good position to go, but the parry cleans out the entire squad, giving Mother another chance to play, working out of the corner, getting a little bit of food, trying to get the life back. Empty jump low, and that was the longest empty jump. That was from 2 weeks ago.
Yep. And you know, you noticed you made a note of Mother getting the food, and that's something they've been doing kind of the whole set that Cass hasn't been doing. That I think is interesting.
Yeah, with the way things are going, that's just kind of giving more effective HP to Mother, because again, they're not using this meter. They're not using supers. We've gone 4 rounds in, and not a super has been done.
Yeah, like he said, I don't know if it's just like a friendly agreement to not do it, or they're just so enraptured in what's okay.
Wait a second.
Yo, we dragons. Oh, we gonna get a dragon shield battle? Nah.
Oh, we just like, yo, hold on. Do it. Yeah!
Have to wait that timer out.
Video games. And I finally get the one thing that I was harping on the last time is the fact that when Lil Wayne or when Yggdrasil goes away, Lil Wayne is punishable. And nobody has punished it. I don't think Mother really did that on purpose. That was just a byproduct of putting the vortex out there, but it was a punish nonetheless.
You can somewhat argue that is on purpose, since, you know, they waited long enough so that would be their timer.
Right.
But yeah, that was like the thing you saw always week 1, right? Where everyone had these setups where like, I'm gonna throw the fireball once you dash the timers out, and then it'll land on the lane. But you never see anyone like rarely actually do it in a battle. Speaking of supers.
Oh man, the gloves are off. Using all the meters. Call the squad for the human pyramid, and that's gonna be the second game going to Mother, up 2-0 against Cass.
You know, it sounds like Cass violated the rules of engagement. Not anything goes.
Oh yeah. It's one of the rarities that you see in fighting games. So game 3 is just gonna be wild, because you know they popping bottles as soon as they get the shots ready.
All right, Cass maintaining some very prolonged pressure, but Cass holding out. But just taking a snipe at the cat bot costume.
That's good. Get to the reset as well. Overhead gets the throw. This has been the Kitsune Cass show. Tick into the universal overhead. Perfection. Gets the first round in game 3. Let's see if they can do it again. Well, I can say this is already an improvement for Mother. Getting a hit. That's better than the last round.
You know, this is like a replaying of the first round, except the roles are switched.
Oh, no.
I don't even know what's going on anymore. They're just trading vortexes in the corner.
That's how it be. All right, Mother gets the EX slashes, pushes Cass into the corner. Cass slides on out.
Get your dig confirmed as well. Reset, not looking pretty good when there's some gold glowing parries over on the other side to clean up 3 people.
All right, Cass gets a little food, a little anti-air. And yeah, we haven't seen any strong like anti-parry responses. Like we've seen a few whiff punishes, but not like, oh, I'm in his stop, let me throw in my special move or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, by the nature of this character, I think it's just hard for Lil Wayne to be ready for it.
Yeah, that is fair.
Now, that one could have been dodged, but, you know, the ones that are dodgeable seem few and far between overall. But it's something we're not going to have to think about too much. Is Mother doesn't have to dodge anymore, is able to scoop up the 3rd game and take the entire set in the wildest 3-0 sweep that we've seen in a while.
Good stuff, the Mother. All right, so
I'm just laughing at that whiskey because that seems so fitting right now. Like, bruh, you don't understand, right? That dude over there had like 20 people behind him, had robots. It was crazy.
that was certainly interesting in its own way, different from Tekla versus Reich.
All right. So for those of you guys who are tuning in right now, we do have this Matcherino up for both games right now. I'm going to go ahead and throw up the Matcherino command in the chat. But if you guys are ever so willing, you guys can just go check out those links right there. Sign in with your favorite social media, as Doug would say. And use those codes you can see on screen there. ZBGBVS04. And you can add 50 cents to the Granblue versus pot. And if you use the one for BB tag as well, you can add 50 cents to that pot as well. Let's see here. Currently, we are up to $25 here for the Granblue versus pot. So, oh wait, it's not showing. But yeah, we're up to $25 for the Granblue versus pot right now. So, let's see here. There we go. So if you guys can just, check that out right there, you guys can go there. If you guys just donate 50 cents, man, that'd be really appreciative. So I appreciate everyone that's coming through here watching. And I think I'm going to throw it back over to the commentators.
All right. Thank you for that. And we hope you express interest in that match, Reno. And yeah, thank you for dropping by. So our next match going to be Shinku versus Reich. Reich, who we just saw with Gran. And Shinku, one of the more famous BB tag players, now currently on the GB versus grind.
This is still the realm of Arxis, so not close enough. Like you said, a very decorated BB tag player. Granblue, didn't really have a lot of tournaments before we got thrown in ourselves, so gonna see what Shinku has been cooking up over there.
For sure.
As soon as we can get him in here and get started. Get our 3rd match going for the ZoneBreakers Online. The round robin festivities, the round robin rumble. Again,
all right.
Everything is first to 3.
Mm-hmm. So we got that girl Zeta versus Righteous Gran, which we saw earlier versus Tectal. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Reich approaches this, because versus someone like Percival, who's more stationary and takes up space, Zeta is kind of the opposite, where she's a lot more mobile and she can attack you from many angles. So it's gonna see if he's able to, bring up the frequency and intensity of his offense.
And the one thing that Shinku might have to watch out for in all this, we've seen that Reich is not shy for throwing DPs out. Since Zeta's constantly wanting to be in your face, poking away, bouncing away at times, that's just real fodder to run into a stray DP here and there. But we're starting off taking a long-range approach and a boot, stopping the aerial dive, so that's a good start. Corner position as well. How about that range?
Yeah, Shinku placing that poke during the stagger pressure just right.
Gets the full confirm from the 2A sweep, carried to the corner as well.
Got the safe jumps going. So yeah, Shinku's all about containment here. And Righteous just looking for an opportunity. Presses out of the corner, just grab it.
Yeah, but nowhere to really go. Gets his legs tagged up by another 2A, confirmed in the Sabai in the first round, cleanly going to Shinku. That was a good round for him.
Playing around, but right with that signature boot, gets the corner press.
Side C's looking really good. Gets a little bit of a punch. He was expecting to be closer range to get the close 5A full string, so he wasn't ready for the far A. But still in a pretty decent position if he stops getting shot. Just a little silent throw. And that's one button that we haven't talked about just yet. That's been doing so good for Shinku. The 2B. He's been able to place that around Righteous 2B so well so far.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely like Shinku noticing noticing the habits that Righteous has, which is I'm gonna walk back and forth and I'll try to entice you to to swing, but Shinku's managed to hit the mark for the most part whenever they're trying to use that tactic.
First round going to Shinku. The first game, rather. Second game, still looking pretty good. I guess the first round, second round, that all worked out for him.
Yeah, based off the DP, gets a huge punish. And here comes the safe jump after that punish. It goes into the empty jump low. I believe. Yep, more safe jump. So, but the drop combo is gonna give him opportunity to get it started. I'm assuming Shinko was expecting that to chip out. It was like, but then again, that can't be the case because you have to actually take an extra hit even if you go to the low hip.
Well, here's the thing. That leaves Rice on a pixel, so if Shinku can ever get back to his feet, he can actually just throw a super and get done with this. He was looking for it with the parry, gets the thrust, and after losing his entire life force, he's able to fell the beast that was trying to bring the comeback to fruition.
I mean, yeah, that strategy almost backfired completely, but Shinku recovered it.
Pretty good. Gets the anti-jump in the corner of round 2.
Say the pouring out that damage and constantly recycling to the safe jumps. It must feel suffocating right now for Right. Goes for the button press.
And I don't even blame him for getting hit with that because like Shinku's been doing so good just to cycle through all of the offensive options when he gets a knockdown. He's shown that he's willing to go for multiple pogos, just taking a blatant jump in to set up tick pressure, empty jump lows, empty jump throws. Just, again, so many angles of attack.
Mm-hmm.
One thing he didn't cover was a roll. It gives Rice a little bit of space.
That to you. Using that armor to use to get the fireball and then get in the air. That's interesting.
Well, Shinku's been going out so many times with the thrust. Rice wasn't ready for him to come back with the EX, which is what started this all off. Gets a throw. Good defense, but got caught on the way down. It's not the round just yet, but it's looking pretty hard for Rice.
Yeah, Rice found a good 2U and it's turning things around fairly well.
Oh!
Just picks up the counter hit, but didn't know what to take to confirm and ends up losing the round.
He wasn't looking for that. He was just looking for a tick throw. That's one of the common things that happen, like fundamentally in 2D, where you're just so set that you're gonna do a tick throw. You're not looking for him to get hit. Shinku came up pressing buttons, and it just panned out that he went all the way down the string. Speaking of pressing buttons,
I'm gonna hit this dodge and try trying.
Looks like he's dying on the other end. The Shinku's ready with the EX parry. Pogos again, catches him ducking on the second one into the super. This is what we were looking for earlier. Looking pretty good for Shinku, but a good block. Keep Rice alive for now.
Right, very boldly using those fireballs to press back out of the corner.
And you see Shinku just presenting the threat of the 2B, just constantly aiming at the ankles. Right has to be feeling the pressure, but he gets gunned down by a laser.
Yeah, like he just kept, like you said, like Shinku was just constantly baiting and putting his stuff out there, and then using the spear dive to go in and out, and eventually that ended up with Right just trying to reach with that 2U, and all he did was wake up into a laser. So 3-0 Shinku. pretty much controlled the match. You know, we saw the neutral control, we saw the safe jump looping with the multiple options. You know, during the corner pressure, we saw, you know, waiting for Rice to hang themselves, but sometimes running and throw, catching them unaware. So like you mentioned earlier, good mixing of options and put Shinku 3-0 in the set. And so next up we're gonna have Tectal, East Side, and Kitsune Cast.
East Side.
Good old temporary East Side, aka Tectal East Side.
Gonna be a bit of a familiar match if I remember correctly. Percival and Lil Wayne, something that we're not too unfamiliar with in the online series. Watch, they've never played before.
I know
they,
in general
they,
these
they've
two
definitely played before. But remember last time they played 2 weeks ago, Tectal didn't go Percival at all. He went straight for the Catalina and then switched to Jita. So didn't
That
even
is
play
right.
Percival in that set versus Cass. So this will be go straight for the Jita again.
Yeah, these two just in general, they play each other a lot. But we're gonna see how the Jita rolls. Probably not a big fan of this, you know, tall lumbering knight with all the stuff flying around on the screen.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Bit of a faster DP as well, in the case of need. Ooh. Cass a little too eager to run back to mid-screen with a 5B and lost half the life for it. Jeez. Taking a jump in, gets the confirm from the 2As, and this is looking so good for Tectal. Dodges around.
Yep. Tectal tries to call out the pressure, but Cass was waiting in the wings, but not very strong punish.
And that's something you can just do against Lil Wayne, though, if you think about it. Like, even if he were to take the most optimal punish, it's not going to be in the Super Sabab because you have to save it for this. It's not something you confirm into. So as long as Tectal just doesn't die to Ignisol, he's in a pretty good position. I mean, he's kind of dying right now. Got his ankles lit up.
Yeah, he tried to jump the orb and then landed. I tried to dodge the orb and then landed into the. Got punished by the flame carpet.
Waited long enough to see the counter come out, tossed Cass to the deck, and tossed the first round over to his side. Good look for Tectal.
Using FRM in the record to great effect.
Too slow on the anti-air, though.
Mm-hmm. Tectal got caught trying to move. Now he's back in the corner, but hey, so we got him instability.
Just so many things not going right for Cass. A little too early on the roll, got caught reaching, and now having to call Ignisol one more time. Let's see if she can make some magic happen. A little bit of space. Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. Tectal Shine, I think he was trying to be in position for when the Jasper ended. He changed his mind.
Now he's got to see if he can find one or more openings. It's still in the realm of possibility for Cass. Kind of hard. Has to be mindful of something like that, a slow fireball. And that's something that kind of thwarted Cass a little bit earlier when they tried to roll. This time looking for the dodge, but the old slow ball.
Yeah, Cass. I mean, Jita's fireball timings is one of the most versatile in the game. So you can't just react, parry, and stuff. You gotta actually be mindful of how her timings play out.
Getting a little bit of space. Trying to get a little bit of space. Trying desperately to get some space. Hello?
I don't even think Tectal was expecting that to happen like that.
I had it on the tip of my tongue earlier that Vegeta would be such a good pitcher with all of her speed, but yes, he's just a ball player, swinging for the fences with the ANA.
Like Tectal taking his turn, tries to super jump out, but Cass ready with the two A's.
Well, wasn't ready for the second one, though, and the second one might be the one that matters. Trying to bait out the parry. It was there, but not in the timing that Tectal was expecting. He's cleaned up by the squad. This is looking kind of good for Cass. Universal overhead again, and just goes into the human pyramid to try to close this out. Tectal's on the other side, but can't run too far for long. Couple of swipes.
Tried
Takes
to
the first
guess.
round.
Tried to guess with dodge and got murderized.
Ooh. Auto button out there. It's looking pretty good for Cass here in round 2.
Check the punishes the whip throw from the jump.
And the starting point of that was huge because he was able to get out of the corner after he blocked the universal overhead. That's the first time he's done it, I believe, especially with a lot that Cass has been throwing. But goes with the pyramid, goes with the low this time.
All right, Cass got quite a bit of mileage out of that. Has Tectal in the corner. Had Tectal in the corner.
It be like that sometimes. Life comes at you fast. Sometimes you gotta take a new plot in life, finding yourself getting anti-air. It's a pretty good one. Here's the Super Sabah. Not the full animation though. Base out the parry. Throws too slow, so Cass is able to tech it. Get a throw of their own.
Yeah, that EX parry is just a little too fast in recovery, so even if you wait for it, you might not always get the punish.
And that leaves us at 1 apiece as we go into game 3. I wonder if Cass tried to slide into that fireball.
I'm not actually sure.
This should jump. It's a pretty big jump.
Predict the overhead pretty well. Got the punish.
Look really good. Reset into the cat bot, but not enough to keep Tectal contained. But just lives in the arms of another throw, so things are looking really good for Cass at this point. Tectal jumps again.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what Tectal was looking for there, but things switching back in his favor now.
Really unfortunate that he got pushed out of range of his close button, so gives Cass a little bit of wiggle room to get a knockdown. Cat missiles, human pyramid, and just starting to gnaw away at Tectal's life, looking for the ankle. The Tectal's not giving good dodge, but not close enough to get the throw.
He survived the human pyramid. That's the 2B.
Man, you hate it, you have it.
A little late on the anti-air, but he managed to turn it into a frame trap with the Rekka.
Bruh, there was so much meat on that. Then on the other side. Okay. A sharp little whip punish from Cass. We're just trading nickels and dimes back and forth though. A couple of unconfirmed confirms looking kind of good to add some more damage over for Tectal.
Tectal pushes in too deep and Cass uses that opportunity to get out of the corner and switch the situation.
You got to punish out of the corner. Got a second punish, but just going to go ahead for the human pyramid again, trying to see if we can close this out here in game 3. Oh, okay, gets a hit, not enough to take it.
But we got Tectal in chip range now.
No, we got Tectal in overhead range. That's what this is. He ain't ever going to see this one coming.
And I wonder if Cass actually meant to convert that human pyramid, but then messed up. Does it look like it anyway?
Possible.
But in any case, it didn't matter, because here we are in the next game.
Catbot getting taken off the table immediately with a fireball. Cass back to the wall, trying to see how do we get out of dodge. Just a 2A. Half-life's already gone. Catbot again, why not? Still working out. Get the meter up.
Tech was just waiting. And it paid off.
It's like the little shuffle before he threw the 5C out there. Oh Lord, save me.
All right, time to play some games.
Sick dodge, dodge again. Yo, 3 strikes, you're out. Let's go.
All right, so Cass lost that get out of jail free card and immediately jumps to their doom.
Jump back into the cell. Not pass and go. 200 got taken away. I don't think run-up food was actually the play right there. That had to have been one of the most unfortunately timed input errors, but it's still looking okay for Cass. Gets the knockdown with the EX Reckless. A lot of pressure. Tick throw.
All in the boys. Cass looking pretty good so far. Even momentum is gone, but Cass is taking a pretty huge life lead. But that may not be the case in a moment.
Yeah. Looking kind of scary. EX Catbot wants to call the squad to the pyramid. Let's see if we can get something done. The last one was unsuccessful. Overhead, no confirm from it.
Tectal must have thought it ran out. It's just a little off. And that happened as a result of Tekla dropping his B&D.
Yeah. He ain't dropping this one, though. Gets another huge counter hit in here, and that's going to be the game.
All right, tied up once again. So we're going into the last game. A lot of competitive sets today.
Game 5 is going to be pretty interesting. Got to see if we can get everything lined up. Tekla looking really good. Says it's not time to eat. Gets another. That's like the third or fourth one. Big counter hit, 2 C's. I mean, that's really set the tone for this round so far. As Tekla's threatening to take it right here. Has the super if he wants it. Using all of the resources first, and yeah, that's gonna be it.
Yeah, we've been kind of seeing the story a lot to this set. When Tekla gives Cass enough room, Cass is generally choosing jump, and it's been to their detriment.
Yeah, dare I say that Cass was just falling apart of the teams here, getting hit everywhere. Got hit with the jumps, constantly getting hit for trying to run, and just nothing's lining up anymore.
Yeah, I like how Tekla used that neutral jump to just contain Cass. Tries to bait with empty jump.
Cass still has a little bit of life. Catching Tekla trying to up back, so this is a bit of a start. Getting Yggdrasil out here. She's got to do so much to bring Cass back in here, and for the last time that we've seen it, I don't really think she can do it. Okay, gets an unblockable. That's a bit of a start, but only one, and Tekla's ready. Dodges around the parry. The 2 ways doesn't get to confirm, but yeah, these are staggered. Takes a DP, though.
Yeah, Cass would have had to have that master read of dodge on that one.
With that not being there, no way to dodge away from Tekla's victory, taking it 3-2.
Great set. And next up, we have Shinku and Mother. So we saw Shinku Zeta earlier and Mother's Lwane, which triumphed in the mirror match. So this should be an interesting set.
You say triumphed in the mirror match. I'm thinking it was the one that was able to survive the party.
Hey, they who win, write the narrative.
Bro, that was wild. It was good. I'm not trying to downplay it all. That's the kind of stuff I like to see every once in a while, you know? Just like craziness that's outside of the norm of stand here, press this button. But jeez. But we're going to have to see if Mother can maintain that same energy from Lwane mirrors and see how well they can place all of the hitboxes on the screen when you have this chick flying at you at all angles with a spear.
Yeah, Zeta has a lot of checks, you know, like has a laser, pretty much hit scan to check cat bot. Sometimes the boys can move around where they want to occupy the space. So it's going to be a very deliberate effort on Mother's part to try to keep Zeta contained.
Mid-range isn't really so safe as well, because Zeta can just hide behind the EX parry and poke away. So yeah, there's a lot of things that on paper seem kind of scary for Lwane.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Here we go.
All right, Mother opting to take a little space. Shinku is glad to oblige.
And just with the way things have started, I can easily say both of these two have seen this matchup a decent amount, just for the things that cross their mind. I mean, it's obvious at this point, everybody's been sitting around playing online forever, but to see Mother like immediately throwing so many different defensive options against the laser, it didn't work out, but just knowing that it's things to do, show some experience. But gonna have to see what can be done to try to claw back into this game, which actually we're gonna have to see how we're gonna get out of round 2, because this one's already done. Shinku keeping status quo of making short work of every foe in his path.
This is kind of what I expected. Where you saw Mother's like, I don't want to get involved with this, and Shiku's like, all right, well, I'm just gonna put this laser out until you're ready.
It's my screen. Do
Like,
whatever I want with it.
you can hang out over there if you want to.
It's nice confirm into a hard knockdown. Safe jump setup, catches the second overhead from the pogo, and we don't really have to say too much about the matches. They're just they're really just Zeta exhibitions at this point.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like Mother's trying to start the engine, but the engine just keeps purring out.
Finally gets knocked down. That's a bit of a start. And a side switch. This is pretty good, but a block on the universal overhead one more time. And really just the poke is what gave Shinku a little space to work with. Gets swept again. This time ready with the EX parry. Speaking of being ready for parries.
Yeah, Mother found some good opportunities in this round. They didn't quite ultimately work out, but it showed that they were particularly looking for stuff from Zeta.
Got to think of the games that you get 2 knockdowns with nothing behind them, as opposed to the third hit of an overhead like a pogo string that takes them out. Just complete difference of games between the two. 2B again rearing its head in this round. Woo!
That's laying on the pressure thick.
That's another way you can whiff punish. Instead of just being away from it, just go around it. Not going to use the super just yet, I believe, but really any hit's going to do it. Higgs, please save me. Maybe you can make something happen.
Yeah, this is just one of those supers like when Lil Wayne's low. It just has to happen. You ain't really got much excuse for sitting on it.
And I'm under the impression that Shinku is just waiting, perfectly content to take a hit. Doesn't have the range to get the super Sabah, but able to pick up the slashes with a 5A and take the second round of game 2.
Yeah, it didn't have the range, but you could tell that Shinku was very ready for that. Like they just had that in the muscle memory. The jump L taking the spill, but not too big of a damage.
You want to talk about being ready? Shinku's shown that he's ready for any situation to arise. Not so much to throw, but everything else has been looking so good for him so far.
Well, Mother got to throw in the parry and managed to get started, but like you said, the gains they get from their correct decisions are pretty much night and day at this point.
That has to be the saddest thing in the world. Parrying a jumping, but it's so slow that Zeta can land and dodge in time. But still, it's looking okay until I started running my mouth, put on the back again. And since we got in the Super Sabah, you know that means it's time to play a couple of games. How much can Ignition do this time around? Get some space. It's a big hit.
And this time on the dodge is pretty big. Just tells the boys to sit down for a bit.
And a laser gets a knockdown. That's the way in. Gets around the counter, but doesn't get the hit that we need. Woo!
Yeah, tries to use that to him again, but you know, only got one of the boys that time and ended up getting punished in recovery.
One of the rare situations where it's good to be late towards.
Here we go again. A lot of mileage, corner press, damage, safe jump loops. It's very intimidating to get hit by Shinku because you already know the follow is going to be very dangerous as well.
I don't think Mother's been able to stop any one of these sequences after a knockdown at all. Shinku just found success after success. And that's what he needed to find himself on match point. Here we go into round 3. Yo, you can't run. I mean, I guess you could try, but you can only go so far.
Yeah, Mother tends to use those conservative starts, and Shiku's just like, nah.
Go ahead and get the party started. Still showing it ready for the counter. 2B to stop the slide as well. There's no telling what that button was, but I don't think it matters too much because Mother's not even going to be able to get to a super at this point. Perfection from Shinku.
They finally blocked all the overheads and then 2L. That was a shame.
I think that actually happened twice in the round because the first time it was like blocked all the overheads and they got counter hit. So I think it was like a 5L counter hit there.
Nah.
So last time it was 2L. For shame.
Yeah, it just felt like really difficult for Mother to get started. Like you can't call out the boys, you can't call out Catbot because Zeta presented the answer like Shinka was using a laser. And when Luane wants to engage, Luane doesn't have really strong tools for that, but Zeta does. So it's like we kind of saw that play out in all fronts.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to leave that into the past because we're already going into the next match. Gonna have Wright coming back up with his Grand going against our other Lowane, Kitsune Cass. So much Lowane today, man.
Hey,
Believe in victory. Battle one.
boys are back in town. All right.
40% of this turf is Lowane.
That's a dreadful way of looking at it, man. All right, well, Wright just starting out pretty strong, using that patented corner pressure.
On an old school DP as well. I mean, we've been talking about Wright's DP throughout the entire day. It's the old school mentality of I'm minus, not punishable. You should want to take your turn here, so I'm gonna throw out this invul move and you press a button into it. Your turn's gone. It worked out for him in the first round. It's just
Yeah.
Battle two.
pretty much everything that Wright asked for the most part. Round two looking pretty good, especially when you catch Lowane running into the deep end of the booth. But
Really clever from Cass to walk under the second hit of the DP to punish it.
bro, my man took a stroll in the beach, on the beach before he threw that DP out there.
All right, throwing a safe jump, throwing a safe jump.
If he got the safe
throw. It's a fake safe jump in the throw, and your drafter got to come bail you out.
He's got to try.
At the very least, she gives you a break. Uh-oh.
Yo!
And the first your draft will punish of the stream goes to Right.
Hey! He done made it. He done made it. He done made it. He done made it to the end.
Believe in victory. Battle one. Engage.
All right, Rice coming in with the jump. You get started the pressure.
Found himself in the corner though, but as long as he has his trusty 2C, he's not too afraid of anything that'll come from the air. He catches a counter hit right there. It's a good look for him.
Yeah, right. Just not afraid to take his turn after the EX slashes there. And I think Cass in general is hesitant to put out the parry now that Right just established that he has the answer for it.
Cass just looks off the game at this point. There's like been a couple of good opportunities that really haven't been fulfilled. A couple of confirms that weren't really finished. Things not really lining up, but gets Igrisel to leave Right on a pixel, or maybe two. I mean, I can see it, so I feel like it doesn't matter if he gets shot.
Yeah, he got hit. I think Reich was probably a little too aggressive to try to stay in punishable range and then got sniped. Yeah, pressing that aggression, but the Catbot denied any forward movement there.
Can't stop a DP though, as Wright's able to break out. Get back to center screen. Doesn't have the spacing to punish the first slide. Second one was kind of questionable, but didn't want to try it again. Yo, got that shut down though. Nice 5B from Cass. And the counter, no answer there. Pyramid in the corner. Good luck.
I tried to run away to get, but got punished from the roll.
I mean, it could have been worse. He could have just lost outright, so this is okay for Wright. 2A's, not so much though.
Yeah, well, it didn't quite work out, so get seen the Cass. Bring it 1-1.
Believe in victory.
It's 1-1 with a pyramid though. You know what happens if Igrisel coming back. She's got to finish the job or you're done. You've seen it. Nice. Catch him out of the air, but Right with the answer back with the DP in the back throw. Big throw again, but a late set.
No, I still got this DP.
really need to use it just yet. Gets over the backside with the JU. Full confirm into the Sabah. So I thought.
Yeah, Cass was just up just a little too high. Like, I was curious if that would hit. I wasn't sure.
So yeah, this is a huge chance for Kitsune to really make do on an unforced error from right. Takes the lead with Igdrasil, keep him in check, but guess he's here. Close. D,
That's
not
a
enough.
reset, or either that, or as a air input. But nonetheless, Cass fails their doom again with a jump. Like, I feel like there's nothing inherently wrong with jumping, but Cass's success rate has not been very high. At least that's the bias.
Right. Could agree with that. The other end of the spectrum, right, has been so consistent with the anti-airs. That one doesn't look so amazing because it wasn't a counter hit, but the 2C keeping Cass in check is better than nothing at this point.
Mm-hmm. Still kept the corner. Everything was still good. But Cass managed to fight their way out.
The counter hit time and time again, just flashing red. The boss might be going down, but there's a chance.
Cass with the dodge of a lifetime. I'm gonna use that block stun to go in the air drag.
Yeah, this man does not care.
I mean, he actually has a life to work with, so he can be a little bullish here. Almost there. He was expecting to hit, so he committed to the whole thing.
With the big close 8. A little slow on the draw, but yeah, he's still in such a good position. Leaves him on a pixel, so any contact with the special will do it. He's gonna get one more chance, but he's gotta get off of his back with a DP from downtown.
Yeah. That DP, I don't think is missed the mark except for maybe a couple times. It's been pretty good as far as hit rate.
Yeah. One just for catching Cass's offense by itself, just the nature of Lil Wayne and constantly trying to stay in the face, but literally catching Cass in some of the gaps that have been left. Case in point. Yeah, DP's looking really strong for right in this match.
And a jump back M to contain Cass and the boys.
DP. If there was a block on that, it would have been a really good point, but coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah, slashes. Yeah. Kept out with the frame advantage.
But again, you're gonna have to get out there and glue Cass's feet to the beach, because every time they leave, Wright has an answer in a big 2C, and that leaves them on match point.
Those counter hit anti-airs has not been doing them any favors.
Nah, not at all. Counter's looking okay, especially since it wasn't a dodge. Gets the throw, so a little bit of a party getting started for Cass. Gets the counter hit, toss over to the corner as well.
Yeah, Cass trying to buy a little time for the boys to come back out. A little air to air.
Yeah, but that doesn't have the same sting as a grand counter hit 2C, so doesn't matter. As many hits as were strung together, Cass was able to pull that one out.
Yeah, you can see them specifically like looking for DP now. They're under pressure. And it played out pretty well this time.
A long run to you to get things started. Looking for the side swap. Wright was looking for it as well, had the DP, but it's parry. Keeping everything in check on the backside. If that would have hit, that would have been so nice. If nothing else, just for the meter. Ooh.
Going for the human pyramid this time.
Right, able to slide out, get a couple of hits in as well, but gives up the overhead. That's the one that Cass was looking for to close things out. So just any solid hit will do it at this point, but gotta find it, gotta close the distance as well. Just calling the boys is not looking like a really good idea. Look for the roll, gets him with the slashes, but it isn't looking for the throw. Still need one more out of right. DP's not enough to take it. But a couple of 2Bs.
Right, 3-1, goes to right. Yeah, Cass managed to sneak it in the counter hit, but wasn't brave enough to put anything behind it, so didn't quite seal the deal.
Yeah, I really feel like looking throughout the games, you can literally see the confidence just start to shed away from Cass interaction after interaction. It's just, it got to the point of where a lot of the offense was just like holding down back in Reich's face and hoping he would run up and do a DP or something that wild. It really gave Reich a lot of room to move around how he wanted to. What you trying to say, man? Yeah?
All
You
right,
win in
all right,
cards. You
all
the
right.
one with the cards, man.
All right. So for those of you guys just tuning in, man, we still got the match arena going up, man. Every tournament that we've been running recently has all been free entry and free money too for the winners, though. So we got these free prize pools going on right now. We got I'm thinking about $25 still in Granblue, $26 now in Granblue Versus, which isn't bad. So but yeah, if you guys just see the links in the chat right now, you can go ahead, just go to those links right there, sign in with your favorite social media, pop in that code in the donation area, and it just adds 50 cents to the pot. Nothing out of your own pocket. If you guys are feeling a bit generous, you guys can add, you know, a little bit more out of your own pocket, or you can also complete some of the sponsor quest stuff that we have up there as well. So if you guys are interested, man, we do have all that stuff going on right now. So yeah, I think we can just get right back into it. We're gonna have Mother versus Tectal next. So I'm definitely gonna be closing up to the end of this tournament soon, but the Matcherino pools won't close till after BlazBlue Cross Tag gets done later in the afternoon. So there's still plenty of time to donate for both of these spots. So yeah, I think that's about it. I don't think I missed anything, so I'm gonna throw it back over to the commentators.
All right. Thank you for that. And yeah, please contribute to the match arena if you so please. And like was said, we're going to have Tectal Eastside versus Mother coming up as your next match.
Coming to a screen near you.
Yeah.
The stories as one combatant, we don't know which one, goes against an entire squad.
Yeah, we don't know if we're going to see Percival, Vegeta.
There's gonna be a cat.
Could
It might just be a robot, but there's gonna be a cat.
Maybe one day we'll see Tectal's original love.
Versus Lorraine.
Who's that?
Wow. I was literally thinking of her name and it dropped out of my mind.
Sounds like you got to say that for later, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to save it for later.
Vegeta again. I mean, it makes sense. He's using Vegeta against Kitsune Cass earlier, so Percival versus Lorraine, something that Tectal is not willing to entertain anymore.
Yeah, I think yeah, playing Cass so much, Tectal's probably got a pretty much a taste of how he wants to approach the match.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
The approach of getting there and press the good button.
Hey,
He's getting there and pressing the good buttons. A couple of 2Bs.
yeah, Tectal was just trying to fill out Mother's rhythm and realizes it's not too chaotic, and he's kind of able to just kind of stand his ground versus their decisions in neutral.
I believe the 5A was a punish. I didn't see I wasn't able to see if the notification was up there in time for it or not. But it checked. That was a really brave check right there, especially trying to possibly get a DP out. But
Missed times from the lightning.
it's timed on the fire as well. Looking really good for Mother. Finds 3 hits with Yggdrasil and gets away from the punish as well.
All right, Tectal now in chip range. Yo, Record wins out. And baits out the throw.
Got caught reaching, universal overhead, bails Tectal out of the first round. Yeah, that was looking kind of scary. Mother was there. Starting off with the wrong foot here in round 2, but catches a counter hit, gets a little bit of space. It's kind of good, but DP's here, lurking behind every corner.
All right, Tectal looking for something. Didn't take the turn. And yeah, it feels like Tectel's safe jump and post knockdown pressure with Vegeta is not quite all there because that whole reversal from the first round came from missing a safe jump, and Mother ran under and punished him.
Right. Slides under the jump this time. So a bit of roll reversal from Mother, but can't really get anything started just yet. Gets it to you, but too big of a jump. Let's Tectel out. Still under fire though. Tectel with a neutral jump. Big neutral jump. JC. As unfortunate as it looks, it's still pretty okay for Tectel as long as he can survive Ignis. So the last time he got a little 3 times, so it'd be kind of tricky for him.
It's sort of a big if. Yeah, he ain't taking a chance to dodge this time. He's just gonna try to minimize the damage through chip, which worked out.
All right. But Mother, the low end that likes to eat, got a little bit of life back. Not too much, but it was enough to afford one more hit. Didn't mean too much as Tectel is able to close things out of game 1.
Yeah, I definitely like how Mother takes advantage of those dead zones. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna grab a little meter, a little health, whenever I can. If I can't do anything here anyway, might as well.
Right.
Face out the DP, but no punish.
Just a little too slow on the draw right there, but still not deterred. Pressing forward, doesn't have an answer for the jump, but still maintaining control.
Staggering out the boys and Catbot just enough to keep Tectel on his toes there.
Can't really get anything started. The 2B from Tectel.
Yeah, nice counter hit confirmed, but again, there's getting hit out of his own safe jump, and I think he's just hadn't had a lot of miles with that in general in his match.
Yeah. Still doesn't matter too much as Tectel was able to close out the round, but yeah, I was just thinking about it as well. Like, it's not so much of a safe jump as he's really looking for like empty jump low, empty jump throw, which is why he's getting counter hit afterwards. But it still hasn't been like the most useful tool. On the other end of the spectrum, we still have to go back to the fact that it's Lane. Lane doesn't kill you for hitting, so risk he's willing to take.
That's true. Right now, Tectel, and I guess it's not a lot of alarms going off. Tectel, for the most part, has been in control outside of a few sequences.
Like this one right here.
Like this one right here. Getting a little HP restored, but
So,
go ahead.
Did you see how, because of how active 2C was, that was a counter hit on the ground?
Ah.
Yeah, but that's in the past. Yggdrasil again.
Alright, a little more successful with the dodges. Doesn't want to risk it on the lightning anymore. Tries to catch the landing from with the flame carpet.
Yeah, this is looking like another hard one for Mother, but a lot more life to work with. Gets it to you. Get some space as well, but got to be real careful not to give up hits into Super Sabah Bahamuto.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure if that was like a direct punish on the roll. I didn't see the notification. 'Cause I think Mother was expecting Tectel to be caught in the block zone on the boys,
Right.
and then got hit out of the empty roll.
Most unfortunate, but Tectel will gladly take it, go up 2-0, and try to see if he can close this out in a sweep. Speaking of sweeps, there's one on the deck again.
Tectel makes a strong decision to jump over, but doesn't quite get any mileage out of the follow-up. Catbot saved the day.
Was that actually the DP? That's what I was thinking. I was like, there's no way that was the EXDP that got cleaned up by that. But still looking pretty good for Mother. Gets another Catbot out. Big confirm. Reset into the boys. Goes into the hard to blockable. Really hard to block when you get hit from the top and the bottom side.
Mother taking back that momentum. Let's see if they can ride it out.
Not able to tuck in time as records are coming out. And it was so crucial for that 2U to make contact just to get a special on the table, but still not really stopping the onslaught from Tectel. He gets pretty beefy confirmed into a hard knockdown, but I don't know if he got down in time. Maybe he mistimed the dodge because there was the exclamation point for it. I'm thinking about it too hard. Oh my! His ass off like a shot.
All right. I think Mother was looking for the 2H, but then slightly hesitated. It looked like it anyway.
See what kind of magic we can make happen with the pyramid. And I like that right there. Ran all the way at Tekkel's face, waited and went for the low and caught him. So even though that wasn't the most successful pyramid, the damage has really been done. Gonna see, oh, there's no Super Sabah there. Back throw for Mother, and that's the break that they needed. Gets on the board.
Yeah, I don't know if Tekla just wanted the corner push in the situation there, but he got a nice whiff punish, so maybe he should have went for it, but you know, that's old news now.
Yeah, game 4, Mother with a new lease on life, getting another laser. Wasn't expecting the 2B to hit there, which is kind of fortunate for Tekla, but that gives him a little bit of time to get out of the corner, reassess himself. And again, it's the same situation. He's looking for, I don't think he's really safe jumping because it's not like there's a DP coming out or anything, but he's just mistiming the meaty afterward, you know?
Yeah, it's not been working out in his favor for sure. And Mother's glad to take advantage.
Yeah, one thing Mother's really got to find something to shore up is the anti-airs, though. Doesn't need it too much at this point as he's able to put a couple of slashes out there, take the round, but Secto's really been able to jump whenever he's wanted. Like, that's just the nature of Lil Wayne again, but I really feel like just putting any anti-air out there is better than nothing, you know? I feel like Tesla's getting too much confidence at this point just to go to the skies. Case in point, leaped out of the corner again.
Yeah, Tekla's been using that jump U to cross up and corner change a lot. Even went for it there. It just so happened that Mother decided to back up there.
At this point, I kind of feel like Tekla just has a jump button.
Got that modified guard button.
Oh, man. Playing a different game.
Misses the anti-air that time, and Mother's able to capitalize a little bit, but yeah, a little awkward on the follow-ups. They decide to just let their Yujatsu rip.
Yeah, there's a lot of scraps left on the table right there, but have to see what we can scrounge up at the end of the meal. Nothing really doing with Yggdrasil, so this is one of those Gambare situations. It's still pretty doable until, you know,
You get hit out of the slide from a jump in.
I was gonna try to take the blame for that one, but come on, we knew that JU was coming. It's been there the entire game.
Yeah,
I feel like Tech was listening to the stream.
just might. All right, well,
that jump didn't work out for him though.
Yeah, imagine Tekla tried to press something and Mother was a little quicker on the draw and got the corner push, but now they're in trouble as Tekla has taken back control of the corner.
Came with a quick draw, getting a counter hit, but again, like adjusting the timing to be a little bit later for just a regular jump in, but that's where the counter comes out.
All right, using the bros to stop Tekla's frantic rush, but they're not too successful.
I feel like that's the first time Tekla didn't get it confirmed from the from the 2C, but doesn't matter too much as eventually Yggdrasil comes out. And if Tekla can survive this, which has been pretty good for the last one, this one not so much. If he survives this, he's in a pretty good position.
Uh-oh, that's punished, but he didn't believe in it. He didn't believe in it. Nonetheless, he wakes up with the EXDP and all is well.
Nah, make him play that round again. Make him play that round again.
Yo, disqualified. All right, good stuff from Mother, but Tekla takes it this time. And so we're going to have Kitsune Cast and Shinku. So in case you haven't had enough Lil Wayne, and I know you haven't,
bruh,
we got one more coming up.
Lil Wayne! You get a Lil Wayne. And you get a Lil Wayne. You get a Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne for everybody. Woo, it's the Lil Wayne show. We should just call this Lil Wayne Blue Fantasy.
The Wayne Show. The Wayne Show.
Start so.
Well, speaking of Luane, Mother's Luane didn't fare too well versus Shinku Zeta, so we'll see if Cass has something for that matchup that was not presented earlier.
This is gonna be rough for Cass. And at this point, I don't even think it matters with the characters. Just again, with the way Cass has been looking in the last few showings today, it's hopefully they got a pep talk from somebody, because there's got to be all the confidence in the world to try to bring this out. This is looking rough early.
Well, starts out with a laser challenge. Good trade, but didn't quite end up favorable overall. So Cass is gonna take a different approach. Rather than trying to gain space and take up screen control, gonna try to jump up and force Shinku into action.
It's working out, actually. Gets a throw. Cat bot. Buying a little time to get another throw. Gets the 2A, but doesn't get it confirmed. Holding up forward is Shinku to get out of the corner to dodge. Not enough as there's another throw. That leaves Shinku in super spot range, but he might not even get a chance to throw it out there. One more hit could do it for Cass. Yo!
Cap out with the save. I mean, Cass had the anti-air ready, but we gonna put that badge on Cat bot.
Cat bot anti-air activate.
Oh man. Shinku with the corner push, big combos, safe jump, or empty jumps.
Had the dodge around the counter. Yeah, Shinku is kind of mad with how that last round panned out. Takes the second pogo to the dome piece, and that's going to be his third perfect today, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
Battle 3, engage.
All right, Cass, taking a jump to some decent damage. Now they're in the corner.
Cass hit him. Not like this. Cass hit him, please. Gotta have to block this. Cass hit him, please.
All right, jump you. Dodge with the parry, but hey, no punish.
But there's no hit either, Cass.
No hit either.
Please. Okay, we made it.
All right, the boys coming through. It's always good to have some friends. Cass pressing the issue. Collins, another friend.
Friend in high places. So they need the space. Gotta get
Shiku's coming in. But Flame Carpet puts a stop to that punish attempt.
Try to slide in again with the third hit from the EX lunge, no good. But a 5A has no respect at all for the Oki, and Shinku taking the first game 2 rounds to 1. There's a little bit of life in Cass.
That was definitely competitive, especially the first round. Second round, definitely not, and the third round was definitely rough. So
we'll talk about the second round, all right?
All right, well, Shinku with his signature corner push into pressure. We've seen quite a few people die to this sequence just alone.
Hammering on 5A, not letting any dodge go in check, but a jump. All for naught as there's an EX parry on the other side.
Yeah, goes for the rising follow-up there. Checking with lasers now.
I feel so bad because I actually went and looked like the names of all of these up for like the last ZoneBreakers. I want to, it's between ZoneBreakers and House of Pain, and I've already forgot them. I know there's a Rhapsody somewhere, like Rhapsody and Wandering Light. Move names don't matter because all of them are hitting right now.
All right, Cass manages to turn it around with a poke into the boys.
Yo, do you got an anti-air? We'll see. Nope. They get a light orb. That's a bit of a start.
Uh-oh. I think that's the punish. And
yeah,
it is.
But it's not enough to take the round.
Yeah, too far from the animation, but Cass's reliance on the parry once again doesn't really pay off. It's like Shinku kind of has that in muscle memory at this point when that parry pops.
I'm trying to remember if Shinku has gotten hit by a single one day, and I feel like the answer is no. If it is, it's literally been one.
Yeah.
You can't convince me it's more than one. But that's one of the damning things about playing Lil Wayne in this situation is you can't not do it, but you know it's not going to do anything.
I imagine Cass was trying to jump out because he got caught crouching with no counter hit.
Right.
Battle 2.
Shinku will take it anyway. You can get it sitting on match point again. Couple of lasers. Nobody's coming to help you. Get over in the corner. See if you survive.
Ooh. Yeah, catches the down dive. Cass had some time to react to that, but I think had it in their muscle memory just to commit.
Hammering away on 5A to get a little bit of space. So again, there's a little bit of life for Cass. Slides under the dive, but can't really get anything out there.
Yeah, sliding under the dive wasn't so bad, but hitting buttons and getting counter hit maybe not so great.
And this is where you see Cass starting to really trying to buckle down. The confidence is gone. Gonna see what Idris can do. And she has to do so much. Not really given a chance to do anything, just throwing a lot of orbs out there. Flame Carpet's not gonna find anything. But on the other side, there's another part. Yo, Texas knows how to deal with Yggdrasil. That's what it is. They're the only ones that have been punishing it, dude.
Yeah, they definitely got a little Wayne because you could tell like the way Reich ran in there with the fullest conviction.
Yeah,
like it was like we've been putting up with this forever. I was not aware.
Yeah, Mother's from Texas too, so that's probably one of the reasons why they have a lot of the experience. All right, we're gonna have Mother and Reich.
Man, I gotta tell you.
what's up?
You guys thought you had enough Lil Wayne. We got some more.
Yeah, we definitely got some more.
This will be the last Lil Wayne match of the day, though.
Man, that's a shame.
Is it, though?
Yes. I've been having a good time.
All right, so got the next Lil Wayne match on deck. So Reich versus Mother, Grand versus Lil Wayne, and we already saw
Versus Lil Wayne.
Reich take down Cass. So we'll see if he can keep that streak going.
This is gonna be a different flavor of Lil Wayne, though.
Mm-hmm.
Mother, the one that seems a little more refined with going through all of the sequences of Lil Wayne. Able to really get the layers to line up exactly where they want them to be. More so than like trying to find the pokes here and there. Although Mother's success with 2U has been pretty high throughout the day.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
It feels like something that I've been saying time and time again with 2U finding the mark. So have to see how this all pans out.
Yeah, Reich's not commit too hard, using that fireball game, looking for an opportunity to use that boot. I'm sure. And there it is.
Taking a little bit of space, but getting shoved back to mid-screen. And hey, guess who's here? Big old 2U slide. Oh, that's a big punish. A lot of big things going down. Big DPs. Just large and in charge.
Yeah, Mother's been pretty much on the mark there.
That was actually a pretty good setup. Like, if Mother was a little bit closer, that would have been just the most dangerous setup into the pyramid. It was still good, but I was thinking, like, Gran is jumping over rockets. What is he doing about this?
Yeah.
Mother trying to take the high side. Can't really find anything, but hasn't really been hit too hard just yet. 2U and a fireball, not the most threatening thing that Gran can present. Yeah, how long do you think that grab range is?
Speaking of 2U into specials. All right, call out the big guns.
So this dude said up forward and a block. He's in there. Ready for it. Gets the big 5C all the way down. Uses the Sabai and Reich. Is ready for Yggdrasil and anything that comes after.
Shit, that was no fear.
Woo! Nice way to start off round 3. Trip over to the corner, get the throw. Don't go too far. It's not ready for the parry though.
Oh, that far H.
Always has the right tool for the job whenever he sees somebody in the skies. Gets his DP, challenging the frames afterwards. Right, looking so good. Gets another counter hit to you. Still not ready for a parry though.
One thing I've actually seen that's interesting with Wright is he always goes for the counter, the crouch confirm, even when the opponent is standing, which can offer an opportunity for Mother if they notice it.
Yeah.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Something that might be helpful a little later on down the road to try to dig back from this 1-0 deficit. Round 2, looking decent so far. The DP was showing.
Yeah, boys, Catbot don't hit the mark.
Now just keep them light so you always have it ready. That's the right motto. And I want to say that's the first time he missed a 2C, just way too early. Gives Mother a little bit of space to work with into the pyramid.
And Rice just wants to get away, and yeah, there's no real point in attacking Wayne during that pyramid.
Battle 2.
Get a little bit of damage, but something as committal as a DP, I don't know about that. I get the impression that Wright was really looking for the timing afterwards, possibly. Which I still don't think DP is the answer, but it would have been one nonetheless. But yeah, in the last round, it's something we can go back and analyze. This round looking a little bit different as the DP goes unchecked. 2B in the Catbot. DP getting blocked, that was going to be pretty big. Nothing else getting the space. And the meter as well. That's something that we've kind of talked about time and time, but haven't really put focus on. The fact that Lil Wayne is just constantly looking to build meter. Doesn't need it in this round. His Mother is able to just keep on the pressure and get on the board.
Yeah, we won up.
1. Engage.
Right, Rice chucking the fireballs. Oh, goes for his patented boot, but all he got was a wall.
I would dare call that scripted with the way Mother was just sitting there waiting for that to happen. It was so good. Parry goes unanswered again, tossed into another Catbot setup, but we got the key to get out of jail, but not for long enough.
Got the Catbot in the human pyramid, and pretty much what you were alluding to earlier, using the reaction to the Catbot to make a pay the price with a human pyramid.
Stepped in, said it's time to celebrate with some fireworks. It was a pretty good round from Mother. 3 straight, I believe. Trying to see if they can get the second game. 2 years. Oh. Speaking of nobody being there. Taking a reset from the DP punish. That's pretty good. Human pyramid again. It's going to be a hard one for Wright to deal with. Just holding down back. Yeah, down back only works for so long, as that's an invitation to get cracked over the top, and Mother moving up 2-1.
Believe in victory.
Yep, so he's looking pretty good for Mother.
There's just a lot of loose ends in this matchup. The big one that's standing out in my mind is just the parry. You know, just Wright never having an answer for it, always swinging into it. Should give Mother a lot of confidence to, take on pressure, knowing that they're going to be able to break out at any point in time.
Ooh, good punish on the 2U.
Taking the side swap as well. Human pyramid again. Got caught up backing.
Yo, guns blazing.
Yeah.
Battle 2. Engage.
And with a couple of tickets to the gun show, might be able to see if Mother can get out of this 3-1. That sounded so much better. I had a better setup in my head than I started talking. And that was terrible. Don't need to worry about it though. Oof. and the confirms from it. Reset again. Reich hasn't really been able to say anything in a while.
Nah, but you know, we back to Miss Green.
But what does it really mean is just a chase, cat and mouse. The pyramid again, this is the second one in this round alone. That's what it feels like.
I think that's from the last round, right?
Huh?
But yeah, it does feel like they've been using that quite a lot. And that's 3-1. Good stuff to Mother.
Yeah, just able to steamroll over Reich. Jeez. That was a good one. Nice little showing for Wayne.
All right. Well, that is all the Lil Wayne matches for the course of this tournament. So we are going to have the final match up here, which is going to be Shinku versus Tectals. So that's going to be really interesting. I haven't seen them play in this game yet. They've played it a couple times in BB Tag, but I have not seen them play in this game yet.
All right, well, I guess that makes for a pretty good finale.
For sure, for sure.
So we're gonna see who Tectal uses versus Seta, because I imagine he has quite. He may not have Percival in mind, but we'll see.
Maybe we might see the Percival here. We might. Very possible. Yep. There he is.
All right, so going with his tried and true. Shinku, who's been kind of crushing the competition so far today. We'll see if Tectal will prove to be the most resistant.
Yeah, Shinku hasn't dropped a single game yet.
All right, well, here we go.
So if that's the case, Tectal has to win this 3-0, right?
Well, Tectal hasn't dropped a set yet either. Neither player has dropped a set. So if Tectal wins this, he'll be 4-0 in sets.
Okay.
So neither Shinku or Tectal. So basically, yeah, whoever wins this will win the tournament.
All right. Gonna have to see how that is gonna pan out. Right now, it's looking pretty good for Shinku until we got back into the action in focus, and Tectal had a big hit, but Shinku shoves him back to the corner. It's trading blow for blow at this point. He's a slobber knocker.
Yeah, Tectal didn't bite on that Eddie here. He wisely jumped up to meet it.
Yeah, pretty interesting choice. And he was really thinking about the 2B as well, trying to poke behind it with a 5C. Gets a 5A, catching the exit of Shinku. And Tectal's in a pretty decent spot as long as he doesn't get counter hit by lasers like that.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a lot of incentive to engage the music. Alright, Shinku just trying to bait out Tectal's reactions with anything. And is forced to commit a little too hard, and Tectal takes round 1.
You want to talk about trying to bait a reaction? That was a big try right there, looking for the dash in UO over a 2A or a throw. No go. Looking for it again. There's the 2A that time. Right on time for Tectal. So that's got to be kind of infuriating for Shinku. Little face, you can't run back in after that. Tectal's ready. So Shinku on the return, putting some buttons over the late tech, being able to tuck in just in time, taking the kick throw. Solid defense. Ooh, but not against that. Went to it again, running universal overhead, and that's going to be round 2. Going over to Shinku. One up as we go into round 3.
Right? To them. Pressing Tectal to the corner immediately. Yeah, Tectal's not the type to get deterred by offense in general. This him as the type of player he is.
Oh, he had to believe that he had that, so unforced error that Shinku will gladly take to the bank, getting a throw, doubling down again with a double pogo. Super Saban, that's gonna be game 1. Going to Shinku.
Corner pressure too much.
The explosive pressure, because again, that just came from one mistake. And that led to 3 opportunities to Shinku. Successful on all of them. He literally knocked it out of the park. Solid. Had an idea that it was coming, stuck a button out to interrupt it. Speaking of interrupts, Tekla, matching. Didn't have the anti-air for Shinku coming from the top.
Yeah, I think just Tekla and Percival as a character not having the easiest time dealing with Zeta's, you know, array of options from each spacing on the screen and her movement. But he's finding his mark well enough despite it all.
He's really close to taking the lead back, holding on to mid-range, just trying to hover around 5C range, like 5C, 5B, either one of them will take the round with a Super Spa behind it. Wasn't ready for that one. But the 5A, he doesn't get the full confirm.
Yeah, and that might cost him the match, and it does.
It does. Runs into a 5C, Shinku ready to unload the super, not trying to make the same mistakes that Tekla has.
Battle 2.
Yeah, Tekla got the free and clear punish on the dive, but wasn't quite ready to see it through.
Now we have Shinku charging in, taking a tick from a jump. Looking to see if he can catch a buck. Nothing doing just yet. There's the punt. It's a big one. Nothing behind it, though.
Ooh, using the dive to whip punish. Excellent move. Excellent choice from Shinku.
And that one's going to be lingering in Tekla's mind for a while. He found the first 5C, didn't put anything behind it. Second one, got the rug pulled out from under him with it. So, might not be feeling too confident and personal at this point, as Shinku is up 2-0, but he's going again for the third one. It's going to be a hard third one. Oof. The quiet starting ready with the anti-air Shinku here in game 3.
Yeah, Tekla gets a DP off, but ultimately, you know, I won't say it didn't mean anything, but he didn't get a lot of mileage out of it, but he wins the sequence that comes after it.
He got 5 charges, so that's a decent thing. I mean,
Yeah.
more damage would have been nice, more space would have been nice, but future investments.
That's true, and he's using them now to full effect.
I think he's made good use of the first 2 he's used so far. Doesn't want to poke into another 5C because we've seen the damage that Shinku can do with that boy.
Yeah, Tekla keeps getting his punishes, but yeah, he hasn't been one to put his specials behind him.
Things haven't really been panning out. Steps away from the run and throw, and he gets a punish. This is all confirmed.
Battle 2.
I guess those charges were a great investment after all.
Right. Now he's got to get to him again, and Shinku's not going to let him have it for free. One's not enough. Shinku finds him in the air with a 2C. Gets to the backside. Hits him in the ankles with 2A. Fancy footwork. Yeah, even getting back up with a DP, you see Shinku in his face, lurking a little too close for the 5C.
Slightly out of range for the throw and gets punished, and then gets punished subsequently with the jump. From the jump. Ooh. That was almost quite a whiff punish with the jump in.
But still looking pretty good as he got the 5U. And Tekla was looking for that, but wasn't ready for the timing. Gives Shinku another chance to play. That was really good. That was really good. Just spooked him, and he didn't even need the counter hit out of it. 2C gets the confirm into the up thrust, all the way down into Super Sabah. Shinku.
Put Tekla in that do or die situation.
This is Tech the West Side.
Alright, Tekla with the cross up. Tries to put a little pressure on there, but Shinku finds the correct gap press.
I don't even think it was really the gap, it was just the spacing. That's the thing that, one of the subtle things that Shinku's been really good about at this tournament is just knowing when somebody is out of range for the button they want to press and sliding a 2B behind it. He's also found a lot of mileage out of just standing up and hitting 5A, calling out real meaty setups. Still need to put a trademark on that. This from downtown, he does.
Confirm.
Ooh, I saw something move. He's getting lit up. Tech was showing that he doesn't just commit to 5As, he goes all the way down to supers. Big game, and just throw it out there.
Didn't quite have enough. Well, I think Shinku saw the armor go off and just picked the follow up, and then lost to the DP. That's what it looked like.
You can't challenge Tech the West Side, man.
Well, Tech finally put a game on the board, stopping Shinku's winning streak.
Leaves us 2-1 Shinku, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going into game 4. Going with a pretty explosive start from Tectal. Thinking about it, anti-air.
Yeah, well,
had that taken away from him.
Shinku got a punish, so so he did commit to something.
Yeah, the dogs are out again, gnawing at the ankles, but not looking in the skies. Tectal able to worm his way out of the corner, get 4 charges up as well. So in a pretty good position. I don't know what that JA is about.
Yeah, luckily he doesn't pay too much of a price for it.
Breaking through the DP, leaves him on a pixel, and there's going to be a confirm. Not enough to take it for Shinku, and another DP. Brave challenge from Tectal, throwing Shinku to the deck, taking the first round.
He said, might as well gamble it all. I'm already low enough.
Yeah. He's been getting some good payouts here and there, but he might have to take that risk one more time as Shinku is back in.
All right, here we go. Jump in. Go for the safe jump this time. Pogo. Tecto's been, despite that tragedy in that that last game, Tecto's neutral jump record versus Shinku there hasn't been too terrible.
Yeah, but his punish is not so much. That leaves Shinku on his feet to close out the round, put himself on match point and, well, effectively tournament point with the way things are right now.
Yeah, Shinku thought the skies were open.
Got to be a little quicker on the draw. Speaking of quick draw.
Yeah, like you said, Shinku's been just really on the mark with that, and there's not really much you can say about it. Like, staggered pressure has to be very precise versus him.
Empty jump low. It's the second time he's been able to open up Tectal low in this round. He's gonna need one more look to close it out, but he's in a really good position to do it. Sweep to set everything up. Tectal blocking, but not long enough. Got caught, counter hit, and that's going to be game 4, going to Shinku 3-1, and that is the winner of Granblue at ZoneBreakers Online number 4.
All right, congrats to Shinku. I believe that would make Tectal second place. So I believe those we're getting 2 payouts today.
Yes,
First
we
and
got to
second?
get first and second payout for today. So.
All right, well, those are payees.
All right, good stuff to everyone who entered today, man. Appreciate everyone who did enter. It is going to be 3-1 for Shinku. All right,
Yeah.
and just for last time through, I am going to throw up that match arena ad one more time. So at least for Granblue versus, we haven't completed the bracket. So, but the donations are still open though. If you guys do want to add more money to the pot, you can just go ahead and go to those links. Use the code ZB Granblue versus 4 at that link there, and you can just put a free 50 cents in that pot there. So can't really be mad at that for, adding free money to a pot. So as you can see, we're here currently at 2660 for the total for Granblue versus. So that will be open till the end of BB Tag, which will be coming up here within the next hour and a half. So yeah, once BB Tag concludes, we will close all the matcharinos and pay out the players. So definitely keep an eye on that. And I believe we're going to go ahead and take a short break. We're still going to leave the stream up. Going to take a short break, run some casual matches if people want to. And then we will be switching over for BB Tag, and we will start that at 4 p.m. So there is still time to sign up for BB Tag if you guys wanted to. That will be closing at 3:30, but check-in will start at 3 o'clock for everybody who has signed up already. So sign-ups for BB Tag closes at 3:30. It's all free to enter. You can check that at this bracket link right here if you want to sign up. And that will also be have a match arena prize pool. As you can see here, we have $35 for BB Tag right now too. So definitely check that out if you guys want to. So, do you guys have anything to say before we go on a quick break?
Thanks for stopping by.
All right. We'll be back later, guys. Stay tuned. All right, guys. We are going to just shut the stream off for the time being, and we're gonna come back around, probably around like 3:30ish, and just run some casual matches until we start BB Tech at 4 o'clock. So we will see you guys back in about maybe an hour or so. So appreciate you guys for stopping by again, and we'll see you guys in about an hour.